The government set out different strategies, of course, in the 7-year national transformational strategy. But you, on the other hand, what roles are you playing in this particular big, actually, goal that the government has?
Thank you very much. BRD is a development finance institution. And so when you look at the key areas of focus, you need financial resources to implement some of these targets that the government has set to achieve within the 7 years. So what we do as the development bank is to mobilize resources to invest in the key sectors so that we can achieve these targets.
We're looking at about a 20 million guarantee in September that was signed, of course, with the Swedish International Corporation to support renewable energy. Has this been put at use yet, and where to be?
Yeah, the guarantee that was signed with CEDA is a 20 million guarantee aimed at supporting investments in renewable energy. You note that that comes as part of the bigger focus on renewable energy. We have a World Bank facility that supports electrification in off-grid zones, totaling $45 million. That's a project that BRD is implementing. So this guarantee came in to support investments in renewable energy. And so beneficiaries of facilities from the Renewable Energy Fund can use this guarantee to borrow money from banks and SACCOs that we work with in order to implement this project. So the target over the next 6 years is to extend electricity to 450,000 homes. We target that by end of this year, we should be able to have connected about 6,000 to 10,000 homes.
6,000 to 10,000 homes.
Yes, using off-grid renewable energy sources.
We understand that, of course, you also have made investments through equity and debt, but we also saw some reports that suggest that you're selling off at least 17 assets to companies to pay your debts off. Is this true? Is it not? Clarity on that.
The truth is we, of course, invest both debt and equity in different businesses. And the key reason as to why we invest in equity is to make sure that we crowd in private investments, private investors, and de-risk some of the sectors that the private sector would not have liked to invest in without support of another party. On whether we are exiting the 17 companies,
yeah.
That's not true. Actually, the reporter picked some information from our annual report of 2017, which had a line on available for sale investments. In our financials, like any other company that invests, you call these assets as available for sale investments.
Which are some
because
which
the
assets
intention,
are these, Eric?
These are equity investments. Because the intention is not to hold them on indefinitely. Whenever we have a chance to have value in these assets, we can always exit. But having a line of available for sale investments does not suggest that you intend to exit immediately.
Okay. Something very interesting with BRD is that you've been investing in some housing and property, of course, dubbed affordable housing, which is the way that the government of Rwanda is taking to actually see that there is even more affordable housing in the city or even outside of the urban areas. But tell me, how affordable are these and how many properties are we looking at currently?
Well, you will of course note that we have a housing shortage, specifically in the key cities of Rwanda. So this affordable housing project comes in to make sure that we reduce this deficit. And last year, the government obtained funding from the World Bank to support initiatives within affordable housing. BRD is going to be managing this fund. It's the initial amount is $150 million, but the intention is to grow it to $250 million. So what BRD does is to work on both sides, on the demand and the supply side, making sure that we use this fund to support people who need to buy homes. So the fund comes to provide affordable financing, which is long-term, to people that need to buy homes. Long term is up to 25 years.
All right.
And on the other side, we need to generate these homes. So we need to work on the supply side by working with developers and different other partners in housing development. And currently we have a pipeline of 5 projects that we are working on, intended to deliver about 5,000 homes. So this is a project that is a key area of focus, and you'll possibly see quite a lot of work happening this year.
I have a question, rather, that is quite heavy. I don't know how you're going to get out of that. But if you look at the average salary for an average working class in Rwanda, doesn't go beyond 300,000 after taxes in the country at this particular moment. Even if you say that you have 25 years, and that is long term, really, if you ask me, are people really able to pay this money off during that time? And who is actually eligible for this housing? Is it for that particular type of people, or maybe for someone else making even more money, which we don't really have that big of a number in the country yet?
Thank you very much. Indeed, in the design of this project, those are some of the things that government looked at.
Okay.
So in order to reduce the cost of these houses, there's an investment that the government is doing. So the government comes in to provide some of the services, including roads, electricity, water, which are some of the key costs that drive the cost of housing to be higher and unaffordable. So in the calculations that we have done, we believe that people that earn as low as 200,000 francs would be able to secure a home. Of course, the kinds of homes would differ depending on the levels of income. And we target that the major focus would be houses that cost not higher than 35 million. So you can have as low as 15 million and as high in terms of affordability, as high as 35 million.
Okay, that sounds interesting. But now let's jump a little bit to the student loans, because we also know that you are handling that bit with the University of Rwanda, but also with other universities that you probably work with. Tell me, how are you recovering the student loans? Are you actually having those loans being paid off on time or paid off at all?
Yes. As you rightly said, we manage student loans, so we do the disbursements, but are also responsible for recovery of these loans.
Yeah.
I can say that we are making very good progress in terms of recoveries. The one thing that's affected the rates of recovery in the past has been inaccurate or insufficient data related to people who have benefited. Because we are looking at individuals that benefited from the scheme from 1980s, and getting data about these people has been a problem. For new beneficiaries post 1994, it's much easier because we can get information from the higher learning institutions and then go on to track and find these beneficiaries. So because of the amount of work that we put into building a database of these beneficiaries, I can see recoveries growing every year. This year we target to recover about 3.4 billion.
3.4 billion Rwandan francs.
Okay. And the rate is targeted to grow as the numbers increase and as we get information about these beneficiaries. But I can say overall that recoveries are improving.
Eric, thank you for creating time to speak to us.